Hello watch fans, this is Anders here on Watch Hunt channel. Today the full review of a very cool vintage inspired Divewatch from Baltic Watches, this French brand. It comes with this nice outer cardboard box. Inside we find a nice blue leather box with silver printing. And of course we find the watch. This is the Baltic Aquascaphe Titanium. Of course you also get a warranty card and a very nice manual with some very cool pictures of the watch. Then you can see the unboxing first impressions video I did of this watch and the Aquascaphe GMT, which I'm going to review very soon. You can find the link down in the description or click the link up in the right hand corner. So let's get the Aquascaphe here out of the box and get into all the details and specifications. It is a 41mm in diameter watch, but that is because the bezel is overhanging, as you see. If you only measure the case, it's 39.4. So 41mm in diameter with the bezel, 39.4 if you just measure the case. You have a thickness of 13.4mm, a lock-to-lock distance of 47.1mm, and a lock-to-lock distance here of 20mm. The crystal is double domed sapphire crystal with AR treatment. The watch is made in titanium, so it's very light. We're going to look at the weight just in a few moments. It is water resistant to 300 meters. It is powered by the Myoda 9039 automatic movement. This is very accurate. We're going to look at the accuracy test just in a few moments. This movement has 42 hours of power reserve and beats at 28,800 revolutions per hour. The Lume is Super Luminova BDW9. And the price is 887 euros or dollars, so this is definitely not a cheap microbrand watch. So a little about Baltic. Baltic is a Paris-based microbrand. They excel in vintage-inspired watches. Actually, the first watch was a chronograph. I did review that watch here on the channel. You can find the link for that review down in the description up in the right-hand corner. But in later years, they have specialized in making these very, very vintage-inspired, clean dive watches, sports watches, and they have become very popular with these watches. Actually, this watch comes in two different versions, a black and a blue. I got this blue in from Baltic Watches for loan. It's going to be sent back. Just full disclosure, I got this watch sent, it's going back. And of course, also I'm going to review the GMT. As we saw before, this is also in on loan. So what you first notice with this watch is two things. It is, of course, the blue color. I think this is a very, very beautiful blue color. It's kind of a darker blue. In different lighting situations, it does become a little bit lighter on the dial. And the dial has a very slight sunburst effect without becoming too much. Like, for example, orange sunburst dials, they are very, very shiny. This is much more toned down and it really plays into the vintage aesthetics of this watch. The interesting thing is also that when we look at the bezel insert here, my first guess would be that it is actually aluminium, but it is ceramic. It's brushed ceramic, so very nicely done. I really like how they kept everything clean and simple on this watch. So very clean dial with just Baltic below 12 o'clock, Aquascaphe Titanium 300 meters above 6 o'clock. Very simple. Hour markings you see, triangle at 12 o'clock, then these kind of rounded baton style markings at 3, 6 and 9, and then the rest is these rounded lume-filled hour markings. One of the things I really like about this watch is the handset. I think it's a really cool handset for this watch. So the thick sword style hour hand here and the thick sword style minute hand, and then we have this, of course, slimmer pointy, kind of almost syringe style second hand, and I think it really just fits this watch. And you see really nice brushing to the metal on the handsets, as well as the markings or the outer part of the hour markings. Again, this is made in titanium, so it's very light. Let's just try to weigh this watch. Only 60 grams, so this will wear very nicely on the wrist. It comes on this blue Tropic rubber strap. You can choose different sizes. It is made for Baltic. You see a lot of holes so your wrist is able to breathe, and also these easy removable spring bars if you want to change between straps. I think it would be really cool with, for example, a leather strap just to dress up this watch if you're not using it on a hot day or using it for diving. You can make it almost kind of a dressy watch because it is so simple. With the Miyota 9039 movement, which is a no date movement, you get this very simple looking watch, but it is definitely a very high performance dive watch. It is of course made in titanium, and I think it's very befitting with the brushing we get on the sides here, also on the locks, but we actually also do get some nice polishing on the underside of the bezel, which is just a really nice detail. Of course also the buckle on the rubber strap is titanium. It has a very nice screw down crown. This screw down crown, which is of course signed with the B for Baltic Watches, it is 6.9 millimeters in diameter, so nice big crown with these very short crown guards, just making it a really nice experience to just look at the watch. So very easy to unscrew, very easy to wind. You see a little wobble here. I don't know if the wobble is intentional. For example, on some of the Vostok watches, they actually made the wobble intentional, because if you actually have the crown unscrewed and you bang it against something, you won't destroy it or knock out the crown, but I don't know if it's completely intentional. Very nice threading, very easy to screw back in. So the bezel is 120 click, and this is definitely one of the best grips I have tried in a long time on a dive watch. It's so easy to grip, both because the bezel actually goes out from the case, you can see here, but also because of this coin etching. It's very easy to grip. 120 clicks, really nice. Not too loose, not too stiff, a little on the loose side maybe, but no play whatsoever. 120 clicks, let's just listen. And of course everything aligns. Very nice bezel action, I'm very impressed. The initial run of this watch, as far as I know, was limited to 300 examples. This is on loan from Baltic, so this is of course a watch that is going back. This is number 118. Apart from that, I think the case back is a little bit on the boring side. I definitely think they could have done more with the case back, maybe a nice pattern or something, engraving of something. So let's of course have a Lume shot and also the accuracy test, and then we'll conclude this review. So you see the Lume is absolutely amazing. They actually lumed everything, and the Super Luminova BGW9 Swiss Super Luminova Lume is just amazing. I think the Lume is top notch on this watch. I have absolutely no complaints. Really great job. And then to the movement, and then to conclude the review of this watch, also with wrist shots of course. I am a huge fan of the 90 series movements from Citizen Miyota because they always perform really well. As you see on your screen now, this 42-hour power reserve high beat movement, it has very little beat error, and between 0 and 2 seconds plus per day. This is COSC standard, so I'm super happy with the accuracy of this movement. You can definitely discuss if a Miyota movement at this price point, which is just below 900 euros or 900 US dollars, is just a little too much on the more affordable side. Maybe we should actually expect a Swiss movement at this price point, because this is by no way a cheap watch. It is almost 900 US dollars. So I can definitely understand if a lot of people think that this is a no-go. For me, it's absolutely no problem when I see the performance of this movement. So with the accuracy of this particular example and my previous experience with these 90 series movements from Citizen Miyota, I can definitely testament that it's a good movement, but I do understand if you think it's just a little too much on the affordable side for a watch priced at this price. I also think that the AR treatment could be a little bit better on this watch. It's not a problem, but they could do a little bit better on the AR treatment. And then my last gripe is the strap. It's not a bad strap. This is definitely a good strap. It's comfortable, it's nice to wear. And as you see on my 17.5 centimeter wrist circumference, it wears really great, this Baltic Aquascaphe Titanium watch. I think the strap is very comfortable, very easy to use, but compared to watches just a little more expensive than this, for example, again talking about Oris, the rubber straps, the tropic style rubber straps you get for the Oris Diver 65, it's so much better than this, so they could definitely step up the quality a little bit. I'm a huge fan and I'm very impressed with this watch. For me, it is probably a couple of $100 too expensive. I could definitely see myself picking up this watch if I could probably get about 20-25% discount or lower price on this watch, but because I can definitely recommend it. It's a great watch. The design is so clean, it's so classic, and everything is just really well made. Great lume, great bezel action. I really like the detail with the brushed ceramic insert. Also the movement, although it is a Japanese movement, is a really good choice, very accurate, and no ghost position with this no date movement, because it really just gives the real vintage feeling to this watch, and aesthetically it looks really great on the dial as well. So overall, I can hugely recommend this watch, and if you're in love with this watch, go and buy it. It's absolutely an amazing watch. So I hope you enjoyed the full review of the Baltic Aquascaphe Titanium. Have a look at their website. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below. I will see you very soon again. Thank you. Bye.